Hey guys, as you know, it's CJ the Traveling Man. I want to thank you all for joining me today. I just definitely wanted to thank you all for your love, support, and everything you do for us every single day. As you know, we kind of took a mini break between kind of November and December and January and partially into February. And now that it's March, and guys are going to be seeing stuff that we're going to be doing on US 41. And like I said, I'm going to tell you a little story about some of the stops, because like I said, if you follow us on our channel, you'll actually know where we've stopped, and then now where we're getting ready to take off to next, right after this location. So if you remember, we made a stop in Princeton, Indiana. That was kind of like one of our little venture stops. And I kind of explored a little bit of the downtown. I talked to you guys about the courthouse. And then I went to the fountain area where you guys saw me talking over there as well. Took you to the it was a historical bridge, which was over there. The seventh bridge, if that's how you pronounce it. Then we took you to Dick Clark. Yeah, we took you guys, and we ended up getting a milkshake there because, like I said, they're supposed to be known as having the best milkshakes in Princeton, Indiana. Took you guys to Lyle Station. Like I said, we got to learn a little bit of history about that. And like I said, it was all about the Lyle Station, the Lyle family, and how they had the farming and stuff that was going on in the community. Is basically an African American community there in Lyle Station, which is Lyle Station, Indiana. And then, like I said, we end up taking you to one of the best coffee shops in town. It was Portside Coffee Company, LLC. I had the best coffee. Like I said, we hung out there with Mark and his mother. And this was before I was doing a little bit more adventuring in the area. So you guys probably saw Mark sitting in the coffee shop with me and Miss Vada. Ain't that right?
Yep.
Yep, that's right. And then we did a little bit more exploring in the area as well. And then after that, we kind of packed everything up, tried a few more things, and then we headed out, and we were heading north. So as you realize where we're going next, it's going to be Vincent, Indiana. Yes, we're going to be hitting up Vincent, Indiana. So I hope you guys are ready. Like I said, hello everybody in Vincent, Indiana. It's a CJ the Traveling Man and Miss Vada. We will be making a stop. There is so much that's going on in Vincent, so be prepared for a large unloaded package of things to do, places to eat, coffee, even parks, you name it. Like I said, there is so much that's going on in that area. So like I said, if you've never been into Vincent, Indiana, take the tour, go, explore. And like I said, you will see stuff that goes back from 1737. Yeah, you're going to see some old school stuff. None of us was even born at that time. So just be prepared, because like I said, it's going to be a great show. Something beautiful. I don't know. I can't even get my words out, because like I said, I don't even know how to express how I feel, because it's excitement. You're going to see me and Miss Vada walking downtown in the area over near the Welcome Center. You're just going to see a lot of stuff. You're going to see the bridge. It's a Lincoln Bridge. So, oh man, I better keep my mouth quiet so you guys can get ready and enjoy this. But definitely, as you know, like I said, as we're heading that way, I just thought I'd let you know, if you've been keeping up with us, you'll actually see that some of the locations that we did take, it's like when we took our break, we kind of took that little mini break there, because like I said, we did a lot of filming. So there's going to be a lot of stuff going on, from Vincennes to Terre Haute to Rockville, you name it. There's going to be all kinds of stuff that's going to be filmed. So hope you guys are ready for all of that. Because like I said, it took me and Miss Vada, I don't know why I just said me, but it kind of took about 5 months maybe to try to get 30 something videos ready, prepared, because we have a whole big big driving distance that we're going to be driving from once we leave, Terre Haute, Rockville. You're going to stop and like, what's that? I'm trying to remember that town now. And as I was trying to think of that town, it's actually Attica, guys. It's Attica, Indiana. So there's going to be a lot going on. We're going to end up stopping in Kentland, Indiana. Waseca, Illinois. That's Vada's favorite because she found a restaurant that was awesome there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, we're going to be all up in there. You're going to hear Morocco, Indiana. So we're just going to be in a lot of locations. So like I said, we're kicking off on March 20th, which is going to be the kickoff, yes, of US 41. We've been working on a little trailer for that as well. So you'll see the intro of our new video and us, like I said, in US 41. So like I said, I hope you guys are ready for this, because I'm saying this is going to be one of the longest stretch. Basically, I know it's just going to be one of the longest stretch videos that you can ever think of, going north from Henderson, Kentucky. So like I said, all the videos we did in Henderson, Evansville, Fort Branch, Princeton, there's a lot. There was a whole lot of videos and stuff that we did. So we're going to actually, as you can go in, if you want to go back and check out those videos as well, go check them out. They're on our Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. They're on there, and all of the stuff that we did in that area from Henderson to Evansville and on and on and on and on and on, right? Right, Miss Vada? Yep. But yeah, I had to memorize and try to remember those towns that we were in, that we were heading towards, that we're going to be doing a lot of filming and stuff. So be prepared. And like I said, there's going to be a lot of stuff that we found. Like I said, I can't tell you everything, because if I do that, then I'll kind of ruin the adventure that we're taking here on this channel. So I just definitely wanted you guys to, get a little sample of that, as what I mentioned earlier about some of the towns. But that one main town that I was trying to figure out and couldn't remember offhand was Attica, Indiana. And that's going to be an awesome little trip there, because like I said, everybody's going to enjoy that video, because there's something amazing there, and it's one of Indiana's world's tallest. That's all I can say. It's one of Indiana's world's tallest. Something that's very cool that's there. But before I tune out or anything, I definitely want to thank you all again for everything that you guys do for us. And like I said, I hope you guys can go back and watch some of the videos that we did. And we also, like I said, if you know, when we took our little vacation or little mini trip, and then after that we took like a little mini break, we kind of hit up some spots like, Connorville, Indiana, which we did the train ride. That was so cool, because me and Miss Vada got to meet Santa Claus at the North Pole, right?
Yep.
That's right. And we also got to, we stopped in Graceland, if you guys saw that. Like I said, we definitely had to go there. We had to have breakfast there as well. We ate breakfast there in Memphis, which was it's in Germantown, Tennessee, before we went to Graceland. And then we had to have some Memphis barbecue, I'm telling you. So we stopped at Presley's, basically his father's house, which is Vernon's Smokehouse. We definitely had to stop there. That was amazing. That was the best barbecue I've had I would say this is part of the South, because like I said, this is something different in Kentucky and Indiana and Illinois. This is like Tennessee style barbecue. Me and Vada fell in love with the green, so I said the next time we're down there in Memphis, I'm getting double greens on that. The cornbread was like honey. It was like a honey-based cornbread. The barbecue beans were great. I can just go on and on because we had chicken, barbecue chicken. Yes, at Vernon's Smokehouse, right?
Yep.
We had to make that little stop as well. So we ended up finding out Mississippi was only like 9.5, 10 miles from the Memphis, Tennessee borderline. So we decided we had to hit up the Mississippi state line so you guys could see us when we were right there in Mississippi. So we knew we had touched some borders. Like I said, we touched the Tennessee border, we touched Mississippi border, we've touched Indiana, Illinois. You know what I mean? We end up hitting Michigan. So yeah, there was a lot of stuff that we're seeing. We also made touch base at Flag Grove School, which was in Brownville, Tennessee. It's actually the school and church where Tina Turner actually went to school and church at the same location. We also made a stop in Indianapolis as well at Union Station. Now, Miss Vada and I kind of weren't really happy with that because the whole situation was bad. I mean, I've never had to walk. I think we walked 5 miles from a parking garage all the way over to the actual Union Station Hotel. And then after thinking that I booked it, the woman tells me that the trains were not even available. So we were just up in a room, which was looking the overview of the trains that were there. So yeah, that was pretty much a bad experience. And I know some of you guys said, you know, when you were on TikTok and Instagram, you kind of thought that was very, very disrespectful for what we had to do. We didn't even get a ride from our parking garage over there. We had to walk in the snow. Snow was up to pretty much our ankles and legs.
And it was our
anniversary. So it was like, screw it. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm gonna tell you now, I'll never go back to that hotel again. I mean, I'm not bitching and complaining, but I'll never go back. Ms. Vada won't go back. So, like I said, on our next anniversary, we are going to plan an awesome thing like we did when you guys saw us on our Valentine's Day date. Where? At the cabin in Moffett Lake, which is in Union County, Kentucky. Man, and those are some awesome places. I don't even know how to explain the cabin. It was like it was so peaceful and relaxing that it's like you tuned out everything. You didn't hear nothing. It was just you and whoever you're with. Like, it was just me and Vada. It was just us. It was just, and I think our neighbors were just up the hill from us, but you couldn't even hear nothing. It was just peaceful. We loved it. And like I said, I definitely want to give a shout out to Moffett Lake as well. An awesome place, like I said, that you guys should check out. Check out their cabins. They're cool. Like I said, laid back. They're furnished. They got refrigerator, microwave. They got oven. They got pots and pans. Coffee maker. They got the beds. They got shower. You name it. Bath. They have the bathroom. They have it all. It's right there. The one we stayed in was very cool too because it was basically, it had bunk beds inside when we came in it anyways. Then you had the little futon, I guess that's what Miss Vada was calling it. That was cool. TV was right up in front of us. Then you had your refrigerator, your oven, and as you guys saw, we cooked there. We went shopping at Walmart. I mean, it was just fun. It was a blast, and like I said, we're gonna do it again.
Yep.
Definitely doing it again because, like I said, she loved it, I loved it, and I know you guys loved it as well. So if you haven't seen that video, go back and watch the cabin that we spent the night in as well. But yeah, after that, then I said, you know what, Miss Vada, we're right here. We're an hour or two away from the Michigan border. Let's go ahead and take another road trip north from there. So we ended up in Niles, Michigan, on the border, took our picture. Like I said, yes, it was snow up there, but I was like, man, this is so cool. This is awesome. Like I said, me and Miss Vada are doing it. We're loving this. Like I said, I want to thank you all for everything that you do for us. The love, support. Like I said, this is making us want to just do more and more, more and more and more. But like I said, that was a little mini vacation we took for the mini break that we took before. Now, as you see, next week, you're going to see on March 20th, 2026, we are going to be taking the longest ever road trip north. Yes. So the peninsula is we're going to be the peninsula of Michigan, which is Cooper Harbor, Michigan. So like I said, we're gonna be stopping in Wisconsin, and we're gonna stop in a whole bunch of towns in Wisconsin too before we do some more. And we also got like some stuff wrapped up and ready for you to see. And definitely, like I said, I know Lance, if you're watching, we are making a stop at the one and only Dungeons and Dragons, where it all started, where everything started right there in Wisconsin. Yes. And it's basically called what? Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Man, the milk is good. The cheese is good. We stopped in Janesville, Wisconsin, and we ate in what's that, Elkhorn? I think it's Elkhorn, Wisconsin. And we went to Coverts, and I'm telling you, like, you can see the difference. It's not the same, is it? No. What we had here in Indiana or whatever, it's just not the same. I mean, it's just, when they say butter burger, I mean, it's like, you can tell they put butter on top of the burger. I mean, there's that melted butter. I mean, it's cooked just right, perfect. Cheese curds are the best. I'm just saying, like, it's just awesome. So I'm gonna cut it short, but definitely, like I said, me and Miss Vada getting ready to start this US 41. Be prepared, be ready, because March 20th is coming pretty quick, as you can see on the calendar week, and then the second week, and then that's when everything kicks off. So other than that, I want you guys to kind of sit back and enjoy everything that's getting ready to start next Wednesday, because that's partially of the US 41, because we're going to make a few stops. I hope you guys are ready. I hope you're ready. And like I said, thank you for listening to me on this short, brief intro about US 41 is coming your way. So tune in March 7th so you can see everything that's going on right here on CJ, the Traveling Man channel, and what? Miss Vada. So like I said, I will see you guys March 7th. Be prepared, because we're going to kick off. Instead of wait until the 20th, which will be the first of spring, we're going to go ahead, give you guys, if I can get my words out, we're going to go and give you a sneak peek of what's going on US 41 with me and Miss Vada. So other than that, guys, I will see you in that video, because it will be this Wednesday. So be ready, be prepared. Other than that, we love you guys. And like I said, if you got any suggestions or anything that you can think of on US 41 now, please listen. I got a lot of people telling me I should go to Alabama, I should go to North Carolina, I should go to California. We are trying to finish 41, and not to be a smart, you know, I'm just saying we're trying to finish US 41. But if you have any suggestions, like any restaurants, parks, museums, you know, Vada would say coffee shop, whatever. If you got any suggestions, US 41 all the way, I'm going to say from Terre Haute, Indiana to maybe Gary, Indiana, somewhere in that area, or a little further than that, even to Chicago. So it's kind of like a straight shot north, then kind of a curve around through Chicago. So if you got any pizza restaurants, donut restaurants, coffee in the shops, anything, coffee in the shops, whatever, I don't know. But you know what I mean? Any suggestions or anything like that, let us know. in the description below. So other than that, we will see you in our next video. See you next Wednesday, March 7th. Peace.